Okay, guys, we need to talk about The Rock and possibly ruining WrestleMania 41. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there was actually a video that I made on my main channel earlier today, and it's basically about these massive leaks that have come out. And if you guys haven't watched that video, I highly suggest you guys do so. I'll put a card somewhere up on this video or a link in the description or something. But essentially, the card so far for WrestleMania 40 consists of Seth Rollins versus Gunther, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, and John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. And the reason for this is because there hasn't officially been a commitment from The Rock going into WrestleMania 41. Now, what's really interesting is we actually suffered the same fate last year, where for months and months and months leading up to WrestleMania 40, we didn't know if The Rock would return. We didn't know if The Rock would actually be there. And then sure enough, The Rock did. And then Cody was going to give up his title shot. And then Cody got his title shot again. And it was just very chaotic and it was very messy. And actually for the last few years, it seems like there's always reports that The Rock is going to return. Then he doesn't. Now he does. And we're already suffering the same fate this year because WWE doesn't have a commitment yet for The Rock to appear at WrestleMania 41. Now, what's actually really crazy, though, is at one point, The Rock addressed this and said, don't listen to the dirt sheets, basically signaling to the fact or the idea that he will, in fact, participate at WrestleMania 41. However, since then, there's been tons of talk. Ibu from WrestlePurist basically came out and said, no, The Rock is not scheduled. PWN basically came out and said the same exact thing. Dave Meltzer is saying yes. Dave Meltzer is then saying no. It's obviously become very, very chaotic again. And it makes me very fearful because the way that I look at this and the card is okay, right? Like Seth Rollins versus Gunther is fine. You know, CM Punk versus Roman is great. Like I like that idea. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena is an idea that I'm totally cool with, but The Rock came back at Bad Blood. Nothing came from it. The Rock shows up every once in a while. Nothing actually comes of it. And we still don't have a payoff from The Rock and Cody Rhodes from after WrestleMania 40. And this is why I think The Rock, when we hear about The Rock not having a commitment to WWE right now, it makes me very worried that WWE has to stall a whole bunch of time basically to get to the point where, okay, eventually they'll get the payoff. And I think one of the biggest troubles that I have with this is the longer and longer that you wait, sometimes it's just going to piss people off. And we have been waiting for The Rock and Roman Reigns for a long time. It's like 7 or 8 years in the making. And we are at the stage where now nothing has come from it. And it's actually like really annoying because for years and years and years, they planted the seed. And then we saw what happened when they did the Young Rock TV show and nothing ever came from that. And then The Rock shows up at WrestleMania 40 and they plant the seeds with Rock and Roman. And then Rock shows up again, attacking Cody Rhodes and they do like the little gift exchange thing and nobody knows what it is. And there's no follow up on it. What the hell are they doing? And I think it could potentially really hurt WWE if we don't get a payoff to some of these things. And if you take several years to get to the payoff, I think people are just going to be really checked out. I think the Bloodline storyline is awesome, but the more and more that you keep prolonging it, the more and more people will just be fed up with it. And I love WWE's long-term stories, and I think they've done a really fantastic job with it. But I can't sit here and act like I am super over the top excited for The Rock versus Roman now. Like I feel like that is, I know that could change in a moment's instant, but like I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, Cody versus Cena, there's nothing wrong with that. And yes, that's a massive match for WrestleMania, but also at the same time too, you're going to have to build John Cena up. You know what I mean? You're going to have to build John Cena up for that match. Him just winning the Royal Rumble and challenging Cody just simply isn't good enough for me, right? And it just seems weird. Like on TV for years now, it's been this whole thing with Cody versus the Bloodline. And then obviously we have this new Bloodline and like what's going on with The Rock? Is he leading the Bloodline? They haven't even given us that answer. We know the answer to that question, but they haven't done it themselves. And I feel like if The Rock is really that busy for the WWE, then WWE shouldn't factor him into plans. And I know WWE is not going to care about that because at the end of the day, The Rock is the biggest name. The Rock is the superstar. He's got the UFL. He's got all of these different things in the works. I mean, we get it. We understand who The Rock is. And now he's a board member and he's getting paid a shit ton of money to be involved with the WWE. But I do think The Rock will ruin WrestleMania 41 if we get anything like last year, where WWE has John Cena win the Royal Rumble, challenges Cody Rhodes, and then The Rock shows up and he's like, well, hold on. I'm working WrestleMania 41. I'm versing Cody Rhodes. So then all of a sudden, John Cena's championship win is what? Or the Royal Rumble win. If he won the Royal Rumble, it just messes with the creative plans. And that's my point. I think WWE will have a very similar issue to last year. And I'm really hoping, honestly, if I could be incredibly transparent here, I'm hoping that all of these leaks that are coming out about the WrestleMania 41 card, I'm hoping that it's literally just WWE messing with people. I really hope, like, internally, it's not as chaotic as people are making it sound. Because Ibu was talking about this being the thing where, like, apparently, like, there's people in WWE, like, it kind of hurts the morale a little bit when you can't really have a true idea of what creative is going to be, because The Rock could come back at any moment in time. And obviously that makes a lot of sense, right? If I was somebody who was waiting for my plans and, you know, I think this has become very problematic. And I love The Rock and I'm a huge fan of The Rock. And every time he's on TV, I love it. But I want the payoff to him and Roman, or at the very minimum, give us the payoff between him and Cody. You know, let's see what's this new bloodline all about. And the thing is, until we get to the payoff with Cody and The Rock, or Roman and The Rock, then we know this bloodline storyline is going to keep going on for at least another year or 2 years. And honestly, it wouldn't shock me if WWE went on for another 3 years with this. So I personally just want to see The Rock show up, wrestle Cody Rhodes. John Cena could verse whoever they want. They can have John Cena versus Gunther. And, you know, just go about it that way, man. Just go about it that way. For John Cena, if he does win the Royal Rumble, a lot of people believe he will. If he wins the Royal Rumble, don't point at anybody. Don't point at Cody. Don't point at Gunther. Don't make your decision literally until we know what's going on with The Rock. Because obviously if The Rock is returning, it's going to screw it all up. And then WWE has to do something stupid to fix it all. So, yeah, a lot of chaos this year. And it's not even February or March. So just keep that in mind.
Turn it up, the Ango show, here we go. Rumor mill spin, every little sin. What's the new fallout? Who took a route out? Fans scream loud, make the show proud. Backstage drama, full of armor. Who's the charmer? Tag teams break dreams, plots.